Robert F. Kennedy officially qualified for the ballot in Michigan. The independent has continued to garner the most support from voters among third-party candidates running for president this year.
Political reporter Darielle Fair has you covered on if Kennedy's candidacy is likely to shift this year's election.
Now that independent candidate Robert F. Kennedy has qualified for the ballot in Michigan, it is likely through his campaign resources he will qualify for other states, introducing some uncertainty around whether his third-party candidacy is likely to threaten President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump's support among voters. Kennedy, entering the presidential race initially as a Democrat, changed his political party status in October, calling the traditional two-party system rigged. The independent and longtime environmentalist has vowed to repeal certain elements addressing climate change in President Biden's Inflation Reduction Act. Kennedy is also an anti-vaccine advocate who has focused much of his campaign on targeting pharmaceutical and tech companies. But it's still unclear where he stands on issues like abortion, immigration, and the war in Gaza. Issues that will mobilize both progressive and far-right conservative voters as the presidential election draws closer.
There's no way to know who's in greater danger, but we also don't know how much Kennedy is going to be able to maintain this level of support. The first problem is that support for third-party candidates often drops as you move to the election. Often these are people who wouldn't have voted in the first place, but then come out to the polls. And so, again, it's very hard to say whether or not there'll be any impact on the final vote count.
But who stands to lose more votes between former President Donald Trump and President Joe Biden from Kennedy's third-party candidacy? I spoke with Bernard Tomas, a political science expert on third parties in U.S. politics. We'll dive into that and more on Capital City Sunday. That show airs at 9 a.m.